tent roof construction? Anything you in particular wanted to know? So I was just talking about the components a little bit, because what you can see from down here is, of course, the plexiglass plates that are kind of the base of the roof, but actually they don't have anything to do with the statics of the roof. The actual statics come from the rope network that we have underneath the plexiglass plates. That's the tiny corners that you can see there. They have been completely knotted downstairs and then lifted up with big cranes and then hang into the top of the pylons. So that's basically the statics of this tent roof. The pylons are completely, or not completely, but they're movable, so they're standing on spherical joints. You can imagine it like an elbow joint that can move, they can rotate around their base. They have been completely loose while they were building it, because they weren't really sure how exactly the tent roof will end up, how it will look like, because they had a little bit of issues with calculating the statics and also simulations. So they kind of based their knowledge on models and just trials, actually. It was just a time that they are having fun. they were just not yet able to do those complicated calculations. We're having over 10,000 unknowns here, and so yeah, they were quite unsure about everything. So they first finished all the statics. This main cable that we're having here in the corner, that where also the people are walking at, was standing on wooden supports while they were finishing off the statics and fixing all the ropes. And then when they were done, they kind of released those supporting columns, and then the tent roof kind of moved to its stable position. And then the architect was so sure about his work, he said, "Wow, this looks so stable, I'm giving you 10 years guarantee for that." So we know that 10 years are over now, and nowadays we have calculated it properly, and they found that we have a security factor of 5 to 8, which is far more than it is required for public buildings. So public buildings usually have a security factor of 2.5 or something, and so that you don't really build higher than that, because it's just a waste of materials and time and money and all that stuff. And yeah, so also one big thing that we need to consider are the tent packs. Basically, it's basically like a camping tent. The biggest packs are our main foundations that we also can find when you follow those main cables all the way to the ground. We can't see it from here. But if you walk up later, you can see those massive concrete blocks that are kind of the base for those rope foundations. They're going to 35 meters deep into the ground, which is like a complete house into the ground, which is really, really massive. You can find them everywhere where the ropes are going into the ground. The other ones are quite a bit smaller. But afterwards they thought about how to do the subway system here in the park, because they were thinking about, okay, short distances, would be nice to have the subway station right in the middle of the park. But after they have buried so much concrete here in this area, they just weren't be able to have the subway here. So yeah, also nice information, the plexiglass plates are also already our second generation. They have been exchanged mid to late 90s. While they were doing that, they also put up this little pathway where the people are walking at as a maintenance pathway. And yeah, that was a really expensive thing. It was approximately another 80 million euros that have been wasted on that, but they will still be able to pay that from the pot that they have made when they were selling the merchandise stuff that you saw in the little museum up there. They quite made a lot of money by selling those coins and the lottery.
We're still making money now though, aren't you? Oh, we're doing that, aren't we?
Right, yeah, right. But yeah, basically for maintenance. Yeah. So that's a bit of a problem with the stadium here because there's nothing much happening over here again. But financially it kind of evens out with the Olympic Hall, because in the Olympic Hall there's kind of everything. There's concerts, big fairs, big come-togethers from big companies. So you can basically do everything in the Olympic Hall. So it kind of evens out. And yeah, they're doing the tours since I think since beginning of 2000. And yeah, so still nice just to look at. It's still very impressive, and being considered that with the resources they had in this time, I think it's really impressive. So yeah, quite lucky to have something like that here. Do you have any more questions? Perfect. So I would say we're making our way to the entrance again. On the other side, there's a little monument for the massacre. Yeah. If you're interested in that. Also, there's a little beer garden up the hill.
Are we hiking up all these stairs?
Oh yes.
Fantastic.
I think we're going this way.
Oh, okay. Not much better.
It's mean because they start up not so steep and then it gets steeper and steeper, and you think,
Yeah.
3-4 times a day. How many tours do you do in a day?
yeah, it depends. Sometimes 3, 4, 5 times.
Is it?
You go out from here?
Yeah.
Oh.
I might actually just say goodbye here. I'm walking up as well, just to just release you. So thank you very much for coming in, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, maybe next time you're brave enough for a flying fox or something on the roof. Depends. And yeah, have a good time in Munich.
Okay,
See
thank
you.
Cool. Thanks.
Ja, vielen Dank auch an euch.